again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for the evening. Maria's up in Tonopah this week, and hopefully she'll be back next week. This week we're going to have someone very special on the show, actually two people. Sheldon Finkelstein, who's sitting next to me, and with his friend Frank Anastasio. Sheldon is rapidly becoming a local celebrity by showing the rest of us how to celebrate living and beating the odds. You may have seen the great article about Sheldon in last Friday's Plum Valley Times. He was on there. He's all over that section. But to better get you an insight on Sheldon, I'll let him tell you more about himself. So, Sheldon, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're becoming a local legend here.
In August of 2010, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and unfortunately, it also spread into my lymph nodes. Doctors didn't give me much of a chance. They said, you're lucky if you live a year, you get like a 5% chance. That was August 2010. May 12th of 2011, the oncologists told me that I had a month maximum to live, that the cancer has grown, it was really ugly, and possibly only a week. I said, wow, this is terrible. what am I gonna do? What happened was I went back, and May passed, June passed, and I went over to my friend Frankie, who's sitting next to me, and I said, Frankie, one thing I always wanted to do, I always wanted to go to Del Mar opening day, Del Mar racetrack in San Diego. Frankie, being the gambler and friend that he is, he said, I'll go with you. So we went to San Diego. Opening day was July 20th, and that was, of course, if I could make it and I was healthy, which I was. We went there. We got there about 3 days early, and we entered in a horse racing handicap championship that the first place was a trip to Las Vegas into the National Handicapping Championship that was at Treasure Island, January 27th, 28th of 2012. What happened was I won the contest. And I was really happy and ecstatic about winning until I realized, wait a minute, January 27th, that's a long way off. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Mm-hmm. Frankie kept telling me, we're going to make it. You can't die. If you die, I'll kill you. So I said, Frankie, okay, we'll make it. And Frankie said, even if you did die, I'm taking you there like Weekend at Bernie's. So that was my buddy Frankie. Anyway, so we went. I lasted. We went to the handicapping championship in January. In the interim, I met some people. After I won the contest, they interviewed me on ESPN. A writer for the Washington Post, his name is Andrew Beyer, who's big in horse racing. He wrote an article about me in the Washington Post, and then it became viral. It went from there to the Racing Form, magazines, TV interviews, all kinds of stuff, ESPN. So I was interviewed quite a bit, and I was at Pastel's restaurant in Tacoma one day eating dinner, and a director and a photographer, his name is Tony Kelly, he happened to be there, and he was talking to me about my story, and he said, I'd love to do a film about you. A couple of weeks ago, we started shooting. Actually, started shooting at the horse racing contest, but then he wanted to shoot up in Pahrump, so he shot a party at my house. He had me and Frankie and all my friends dressed up in tuxedos by the swimming pool. As a matter of fact, it was covered great by the Plum Valley Times. And he shot it. And then on Sunday, me and Frankie were in a chauffeur-driven Bentley convertible going up and down the strip. People were yelling and cheering, and a couple of funny guys yelled congratulations to me and Frankie as if we got married. And it was pretty interesting. And a Rolls Royce pulled up behind us, and there was a gentleman sticking his head out of the sunroof taking pictures, followed us the whole trip, all the way up and down the strip, got out of the car and came up to me and said, the Prince of Saudi Arabia would like to take a picture with you. I said, well, let me think about this. Well, I thought for about a half of a second, and of course, took a picture with him, and that was it. That's basically what's going on. I feel good. I've been put in hospice. Dr. Topo's in charge, and he's been taking care of me terrific. The nurses are great. Everybody's great. And every day is a blessing. Every day when I see the sunshine, I'm not in pain. I got them for another day. That's how I look at life now.
So you spend a lot of time over at the Nugget?
Correct.
We could find you there?
Correct. Me and Frankie are always there, either playing cards, poker, or playing horses, or, whatever, other things.
Okay. And the video was shot, what, 2 weekends ago at your?
Correct, at my house.
And just everybody in town was invited there?
Everybody was invited. We had about, I'd say 30 to 40 people that did show up.
So you had a good group while you're over there.
Right, and we had entertainment by the, I forgot the name of the group.
They're playing at the Nugget?
They were playing at the Nugget, something, Mike, I forgot. What?
It's in here someplace.
Yeah.
We're not gonna look for it right now.
Okay.
But they're the band that's
They were
playing?
terrific.
Yes.
They were terrific. Nick and Mike, the Nick and Mike show, something like that.
So, so what do you have on store for the near future then?
The photographer and director, Tony Kelly, is taking me and Frankie out to Hollywood. About a week and a half from now, we're going to be shooting at Hollywood Racetrack, plus all over Hollywood. Originally, he was just going to use the footage for YouTube,
Yeah.
but he loved it, so now he's making a movie about it. And he said we only shot about 10% of it so far. So that's really exciting.
So you're quite an inspiration to myself, and I'm sure everybody else that meets you. How did you get that sort of attitude? That's not normal if I had the same prognosis that you would have, or I would want it. So tell me how you're doing it.
Well, I look at it this way: we're all going to die. We're all going to die. Dying is easy. Living is hard. And what can I do? There's nothing that I can do except I turned down the chemo. I turned down the radiation because they told me for 3 days I'd be sick, blood transfusion. I said, for what? So I live an extra 6 months, but I'll be miserable.
Right.
And I've seen too many people do it, and they look like they just got out of the Holocaust. So I said to myself, there's no way I'm doing that. I'm just going to die on my own terms. And so far,
You're not.
I'm not. And, Frankie always got me laughing, and he's always making jokes. And, I'm happy. I go down to the Nugget every day at 11 o'clock for the tournament, the poker tournament. All my friends are there. We laugh. We have a good time. Don't think about my problems. Then me and Frankie usually go and play horses at the race book. And for the 2 minutes of the race, I forget about all my problems. It's the greatest 2 minutes. And that's basically, I keep myself alive every day. Get up, like I said, if the sun is shining and I'm not in pain, it's a great day.
Yeah, we should have you as a teacher for the other folks here that have issues that are making them depressed. You're better than a regular counselors. The counselors that people are trained to do this and get masters and PhDs. You'd be more of an inspiration for the people here than them.
Well, what the inspiration part, like I was talking about going up and down the strip in the limo and all this stuff, people were applauding, people were yelling, they were taking pictures. God knows who they thought me and Frankie were, as if we were celebrities or millionaires or whatever. And that's the whole idea of the film that Tony's doing. He's going to show them, don't envy somebody. You don't know that person. The film is going to end with the doctor telling me that I got 1 month to live and I've got pancreatic cancer. So they don't know. They only see and they perceive. Their perception of a person is in their own mind. Just live your life for yourself. Be happy. Be healthy. That's the most important thing. I stress, take care of yourself and just live your life. Don't live anybody else's life because you don't know what problems they have.
To tell you the truth, we should have you begin every town board meeting. Put them in a good mood because we need that for the town board meetings. What about you, Frank? How about being around with him? What's it like for you? Is it easy for you to hang around with him, or is he too active for you?
Well, like I say, I try to keep him upbeat. It's hard, but when you know you're going to die, it's kind of hard to do it. But I don't let him have any slack. I treat him just like he's going to live forever. And if he could just pick a horse or a winner once in a while.
Oh, you're not doing so good with that?
Well, and he's lying a little bit because every time I want to give him a check, he says, no. Don't post-date it. I want cash. That's what he says.
Now, you've done that throughout your life, right? With the horses, and that's been part of your life?
Yes. I've owned race horses. I've raced them. I love horses. I love horses. Always been in handicapping contests for the last 25 years.
Oh, that's great. And what else might you want to share with us about what other things that you do to keep yourself occupied?
I read. I play the trumpet. I'm very much involved in music in the local community here. I used to run the music over at the Pahrump Nugget until I got ill.
Oh, really?
Now it's run by Cody, and he does a great job. As a matter of fact, he's the one that got me my band. The I forgot the name of it again, but they were really good. That's what I do. I go watch the bands at the Nugget and have a good time. All my friends are so nice to me. They're really good people here in Pahrump. The people are great. Have a good time. My friend Blake, we're always talking and kibitzing at the poker table. Unfortunately, nobody ever knows what he's saying because he talks so fast. But, and all I do is say yes, yes, yes. I have no idea what he's saying. He could be saying, I'm going to kill you tomorrow, but I say good, yes, But, these are my friends. They're funny. They're good. And they're all gamblers like myself. And we all have a good time.
I'm sure the people, when they see you on the streets after they've seen you on TV, they'll be coming up to you and shaking your hand and asking you, help me. There's nothing wrong with me, but put me in a better mood.
Well, one thing, some people who have cancer have, been writing me, and it goes to the Nugget, to the pit boss. They give me letters, and goes to the poker room, and some people come up to me. I don't want people to not go to doctors and follow what I'm doing. What I'm doing is good for me. Mm-hmm. It's good for me. Please, people, don't do what your doctors tell you to do, and then make up your own decision. I made up my decision that I wasn't going to do chemo or radiation, but that was my decision.
Exactly. Thank you for that and sharing that. So it's, depending on what path you want to take, you chose to take this path, and you're doing the best of both worlds. If you did or didn't do it, you would have been down and you would have been very sick for probably months. Take you before you came back to what you're like.
If I did come back.
Yeah, if you did come back.
Correct.
Because there's always a chance that may have done you in too.
Just saw my friend Jackie. She got cancer after me. She was doing the radiation, the chemo, and she just passed away. I'd rather just pass away on my own terms.
And that's
I don't want them to kill me.
Right. So do you have any other parties scheduled?
Not right now. No part. Oh, well, actually, that's not true. Memorial weekend, I'm going to have a 2-day party, May 27th, May 28th. But that's just the regular party. It's not being filmed or anything.
Can I come to that?
Yes, you can.
All right. Thank you.
You don't have to dress up either.
All right. Why? What is the dress up? Oh, just the fancy.
No, at the other party, it was tuxedos and gowns. This one is Pahrump attire.
And you, attire. Oh my God. Slippers.
Yeah, right.
I won't wear robes.
Bathrobes, whatever.
And then you share your good nature over in Pastels over in Tecopa.
Correct. I go there quite a lot to John and Shelley and Percy, and best food I've ever eaten. Boy, I'll tell you, it's great.
Yes. And you're going to be there for the music festival?
I'm going to try and get there. It's April
27th through the 29th?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely try and get there. I love music and I love the place, and Tecopa is beautiful, and
oh, it is.
The restaurant's
to
great.
ground yourself, to get yourself.
As a matter of fact, I think that's where we met.
Yes. John, Shelley, Percy, and the food, and all the folks out there. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, we're just about through with this segment, so I really have the utmost respect for you, and I get a great feeling from the energy that you have, and so do the other people. And hopefully, if we have some good energy, we share it with you too. So thank you very much. We appreciate you watching us, and we'll see you in the next segment. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Sheldon. Thank you for watching.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Community Viewpoint, and once again, I'm Chad Pollock, your host, and I have with me Donna Lamb, local realtor, dance instructor, school owner, dance school owner, pottery thrower,
conservationist, water board.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm busy.
Wait a minute. Do you have your yearly dance recital coming up?
It's coming up too, yeah.
When is that coming up?
Way too soon.
That's not what the show is about, but when is that going to happen?
That's May the 4th and 5th, and it's going to be at the Sanders Family Winery on Kellogg Road.
Okay.
7 in the evening, both nights, and I think it's a $5 admission fee.
Okay. Now, that's not what the show was about, but
No,
I'm glad I remembered
but
that.
thank you though.
And you can get tickets for that someplace?
You can call Kathy Eason, 727-4211.
Wait, what are we here for? Oh, we're here for environmental issues, part of which belongs to Donna's group called the Amargosa
Amargosa
Conservancy. And they're going to have a grand opening of something called the Pocket Park.
Yeah, we call it the Pocket Park. It's really a demonstration park in Beatty. A couple of years ago, the Apfel family donated some land in the river bottom to the Conservancy. And we have been working, I think to date, we have 18 different partners on this. All kinds of people have been chipping in, Nye County, Valley Electric, Department of Fish and Wildlife, and just a whole bunch of partners. And there will be a sign at the park saying who all the partners were that helped on this. But we're having a great little celebration for the grand opening on the 22nd of April, which is a Sunday from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. And one of the exciting things that's going to happen there is the Pea Vine Pickers. They're a Nye County bluegrass band, and one of the people in the band just happens to be Commissioner Lorinda Wickman. So
that's right.
that'll be fun to come watch her play guitar and sing. And also we're going to have the Beatty Cowboys, and there will be free food and drinks at the park. It's on 2nd and Pine Street at the south end of Beatty, and we'll put a sign up on the highway where you turn, because it's just a little bit.
95 or what?
It's off of 95, just to the right of 95 as you're going into Beatty,
Okay, before you get to the town proper.
before you get to the town proper.
Okay, where the cottonwoods and things are over there, where it's so green?
Yeah, it's real green. You can see, you can tell the river runs through it.
The river runs through it. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
You're making a movie by that.
Yeah.
So
So,
anyway, and I suppose the Conservancy cleared the place up a little bit?
Oh.
Cleaned it up?
it's unbelievable. You know, I have some before and after pictures, and we're going to do a storyboard about that, but it was pretty much solid weeds, reeds, trees, just kind of a big mess through there. And Storm OV, a company out of Beatty who does a lot of the tamarisk removal up there, they went in and with a track hoe and cleaned the whole area out. They dug a shallow pond for the Amargosa toad and do you know, as soon as they cleared it out and put that pond there were toads breeding in the pond. I mean, like within a week.
Who'd have thought?
It was amazing. So now it's all cleared out, and Soil Tech, a big restoration company from Las Vegas, came in and they did plants, and we put in gravels and a great big boulder, and we're putting signs up this coming week, and it's just it's a wonderful little demonstration park to show what the Beatty Habitat Committee would like to put a trail all the way through Beatty, which will encourage economic development through tourism. And this is just an example of what that whole trail can look like.
Is this something that we would find Judy Palmer on that trail?
Oh, absolutely. Judy Palmer.
She's part of the Conservancy, a big part of it.
And
she just loves running around.
Oh, she's the ultimate hiker. She does Beatty to Badwater, which is, I think, 170 miles, and they do that every year.
Yes.
Hike the whole 170
A lot of
miles.
respect for somebody that does that.
God bless Judy Palmer.
A lot of miles on those feet.
She's my mentor.
Yes.
So yeah, that will be part of the whole system that goes through there, part of the trail. So we're really excited about that. And I also wanted to point out that the more that we preserve and protect our natural places, that is sustainable economic development. That's something that doesn't take away from the land, it only adds to it.
It would make the people proud, because there's many things that we should be proud of, and we don't really look at them. We don't think we have anything to be proud of at times because of the economic downturn, and something like that would give you some pride in your local community.
Absolutely, and in your local river, the Amargosa River.
Yes.
It's a wonderful, it's a wild and scenic river. A lot of people may not know that, but it's a national wild and scenic river, and it runs right through Beatty. So
And that's Brian Brown's story, but that's his presentation.
Brian Brown from China Ranch, yes. So that's really exciting. I'm very much looking forward to that, and we're hoping to get a good crowd out there.
That's on the historic date for Earth Day on April 22nd, and it happens to be on that Sunday when you have the opening of the Pocket Park, and that's going to be, what time is it's going to be?
From 1 to 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, perfect time during the day.
Hot dogs, chips, that kind of stuff.
And on the way to Beatty, just before you get into the town proper, you'll see signs for that. And just, you're more than welcome to come there, spend a few hours, and enjoy the environment.
Have a hot dog and something to drink.
Right. After you've had a hot dog or a hamburger at the birthday event in town
Right.
on the 21st.
Right.
Yeah, so it's going to be a busy weekend for us because we'll both be at those locations.
At both events, yeah.
Yes.
So,
So another thing that you're involved with, well, it's still with the Amargosa Conservancy. You have we have tours for the Conservancy. It's getting a little bit late in the season. It's getting warm, but you said there's one more tour for the year.
one more tour for this year,
It's
and
the spring.
yeah, in the spring. We do our tours and outings from September through April,
Yes.
while the weather's good. And this next one is going to be at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, the 21st of April. And it's the Tecopa Basin Tour. It's a driving tour. Some of our tours are hikes,
Right.
but this particular one is a driving tour, and it will be led by Brian Brown of China Ranch, who is fourth generation resident of that area, so he knows that place like the back of his hand. And Brian will be taking people around to show some of the historic sites, some of the archaeological sites, and the geology of the basin to kind of show how it was formed and why things are the way they are there. So that'll be interesting.
And people, universities come from all over the United States and all over the world to see the geological formations here, because you can see them here because we don't have that much vegetation on them. You
Right.
can see the actual rock formations, the way the uplifts and the way things have settled through the area.
Yeah. And it's a really important place for that. There's stromatolites and all kinds of things that you can't see anywhere
and there's the
else.
obsidian over there going over the
Oh,
mountain
going over
pass.
the mountain, the big black
streak that
stripe.
People think that it's coal,
Yeah, I know. Everybody thinks it's coal.
but it's like a glass formed when everything was cooling, and it just one streak was over there. And when I first came out here in the late '90s, it was relatively close to the highway. Now it's going in a little bit farther because everybody
People are chipping it out.
taken away.
You know what's really interesting about that, and I know a lot of people anybody who's driven over to Shoshone for like lottery tickets, you could see that black stripe in the mountain.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but if you look just to the right of it, about 20 feet, there's an excellent example of a slip fault.
Yes.
You can see a line where the whole geology has slipped, and there's like a red stripe up here, and then down here where they used to be together. And now it's all slipped, and so that's real obvious if you know where to look for it.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic place to enjoy the geology.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the museum in town, also there's a great deal of literature, maps, literature on the area. So it's just a wealth of knowledge.
It is, and just anybody familiar with Shoshone, there's the crowbar and then the museum. Well, right after that is a little greenhouse, and that's the office of the Amargosa Conservancy. We have all sorts of information free to the public out there, and so please stop in anytime. There's maps of Death Valley and walking tours and maps of Shoshone Village and China Ranch and Ash Meadows. So we try to keep all that information available for the traveling public.
And Len has the
Bird
walk
walks.
on, was it Sundays?
It's Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock, I think. I'm pretty sure it's at 8 o'clock.
And you meet at the Crowbar or the...
They meet at the Conservancy office. And those are really cool. You get to go, sneaking through the bushes and observing the birds and their behaviors and in their natural habitat, and it's really a fun thing to do, and Len is fabulous. He's just such an entertainer.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So that's a walking tour right over there. And this is the driving tour, and then you can find out more about that. It's 760, it's on the board right now, 852-4339 is the number of the Conservancy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an old, it was the Brown building, but it was a Sears.
It was a
kit
Sears
built.
kit, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of history on that too, because Sears used to sell those kits too.
Not only is it a Sears kit, but it was delivered on the TNT Railroad when the railroad came through Shoshone.
Which means the Tonopah and Tidewater
Oh, yeah.
Railroad.
Tonopah.
And those old guys that have the railway club are busy putting together a model railroad over at the Opera House.
At the Opera House, yeah.
So I just wonder how those guys are doing.
Yeah.
Because they've got a whole huge room for that, and then they're supposed to do an exact replica of the Opera House area around there. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that comes along. Maybe we'll have them on in the summer to see to promote that a little bit because I'm a train buff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, those guys are they're such a trip.
Yeah, they are. That's at Death Valley Junction, you know,
Yes.
in case anybody's not familiar with that, the
And that-
Amargosa Opera House.
And that's the very south end of the Death Valley
Well, it's the,
National Park. I'm talking
yeah,
about. Yes.
it's actually a gateway. It's the east gateway to the Death Valley National Park.
Yeah, just go up maybe 100 feet, and make a left-hand turn.
Yep.
And then depends on what the spring is like, but that's where the flowers start when you
Yeah.
on the trip, and it's just so fantastic.
It's beautiful.
2004 was it?
2005
Five, yeah, is when we
is when the road was washed out from
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
floods, yeah.
But then they had so many flowers, and it was just so green and beautiful back then.
And Lake Manly actually had water in it.
Right.
People were kayaking in Lake Manly.
It's so funny. The priest, the traveling priest that comes over to the Catholic Church, St. John the Baptist Church, he travels in from Independence and those areas. He said, you know, when I got a picture of a guy was on a kayak in the middle of Lake Manly over there. He took some pictures, and it was so cool.
It's amazing,
And
yeah.
it just looked like a huge, huge lake, but it's only like about this deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing, yeah, because it's so long and flat,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It took a lot of water to just get any water in there.
Yeah.
So,
But you would never think you would see so much water in Death Valley.
yeah,
But there's so many
absolutely.
things to see, so many things to do. The Amargosa Conservancy is only one of them. And like Donna was saying, they'll be having one more tour before the end of their season. And that's coming up on, what was it, the 21st?
The 21st, Saturday the 21st.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, next year we'll start with a whole new season of tours and outings
And that would be in September, probably?
in September.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we'll know more about that as the year progresses. And another thing to do out there while we're there,
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, we'll be talking about that. And we're promoting that on the station very heavily too, is the Tecopa Music and Arts Festival. This will be the second one that we're having out there, April 27th through the 29th at the Tecopa Hot Springs Resort. If you want more information on that, it's 760-852-4420. I almost gave them your number.
Yeah.
So there'll be 3 days of live music, and or you can go online to Tecopa Music Festival, oneword.com, and I think it's $10 a ticket per day or $25 for 3 days.
For the 3 days, yeah.
And you could get them online with a credit card, and you can download the tickets. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I did that.
I haven't done that. I went last year. It was awesome.
Yes.
I mean, they have all different kinds of music there, and then on Sunday, some of the Cirque dancers from Cirque du Soleil showed up there totally unannounced and did a little impromptu performance, which was really cool.
And they did that at the Opera House about 3 weeks ago also, and I think they're going to be doing it again if they haven't done that again. They do little shows for Marta,
Yeah. Hmm.
because she has retired, so you won't be seeing her perform anymore. But she's enjoying the good life, kicking back and watching other people perform.
Yeah.
So that's 27th, 28th, 29th. There'll be commercials on TV on this station. Got it straight. And I thank you, Donna. I thank you for watching us. And 760-852-4339 for more information on the tours and for more information on the Pocket
Park,
And
grand
that's
opening,
happening April 22nd.
22nd, Sunday.
4 in Beatty. So thank you, Donna. Thank you, folks, for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.